Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Preparation for the exams is
Good
done.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
गुड
सर, आई
आफ्टरनून
थिंक ये तो आपने करा दिया था.
यस सर
यस सर.
विद एसिड्स, हाँ ये वाला पार्ट करा दिया है, राइट. थोड़ा एक्वारीजिया तक नहीं पहुंचे थे ना.
यस सर, ये नहीं पता.
हाँ, ठीक है. तो जो हमने एक सेकेंड, आई विल इंक्रीज द साइज ऑफ दिस सो दैट यू कैन सी इट बेटर. Now, what did we talk about? We talked about the reaction with acids, right? And what happens in reaction with acids? There are 2-3 things we have to remember. Okay, what were the things? First of all, we do the reaction with dilute acids. Okay, the second thing that was important was that hydrogen gas is evolved. Okay, and what was the other thing that we had?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर
Good afternoon. What was the other thing to keep in mind? That nitric acid is not a good acid for this reaction. Why? Because the nitric acid oxidizes what? Anybody remembers? What does nitric acid do even in its dilute form?
It is an oxidizing agent.
So what does it oxidize?
सर, ये हाइड्रोजन.
हाँ, वो इस हाइड्रोजन को ऑक्सीडाइज कर देता है. Okay, so it oxidizes this hydrogen. Now, since it oxidizes this hydrogen, okay, so this reaction of evolving hydrogen is not observable anymore because it converts it into water. Okay, the reaction does happen. There is no other problem. So for this reaction where hydrogen is evolved, there are still some exceptions like magnesium and manganese, which will still react with dilute nitric acid to produce hydrogen. So these were certain things we had to remember in this. Now, in acids, right, this reaction of something dissolving in acid is actually a reaction, right? A metal dissolves because it reacts, okay, to form its salt in the acid. But we know that Radhika, can you go on mute, please? Okay, so, but we know that there are some noble metals like gold, especially gold, platinum, etc., right? These will not dissolve in other acids, okay? Because a simple displacement of hydrogen by them is not possible. Okay, hydrogen is above them in the reactivity series. So they cannot directly displace hydrogen. But there is this special combination of two acids, concentrated HCl and concentrated nitric acid in a ratio 3:1. Okay, so this is a special mixture.
Yes, sir.
It's not a compound, it's still a mixture, which is called aqua regia, which just translates to royal water. Okay, because it can dissolve noble and precious metals, it's known as the royal water. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this actually can be used to dissolve really non-reactive metals like gold and platinum. Okay, so this acid can achieve, but individually these acids cannot. Okay, now these reactions are fairly complex how this happens because they cannot directly displace, right? So that is out of scope, but we need to know that this reaction is very exothermic. Okay, so in the laboratory, if you get a chance and you see this reaction happening, this can generate enormous amount of heat as the metal dissolves. Okay. Metals react with salt solutions of less reactive metals. Okay, so this reaction is what we know as the displacement
reactions.
Okay, and this is also the reaction which is the best reaction to build our reactivity series. Okay, because if we can find that what metal displaces what metal, right, then we can build the reactivity series. Okay, so scientists have done that experiment, created the reactivity series, and now looking at the reactivity series, we can predict displacement. Okay, so it's a full circle. Reactivity series is created using displacement reactions, and we look at the reactivity series to predict displacement. Okay. So how does this reaction happen? What is known as the displacement? Simple displacement, let me say. Simple displacement reaction is like this. You have a less reactive metal salt in its solution. Okay. You put a more reactive metal in the solution. Okay. The reaction happens, and what happens is that the less reactive metal is precipitated out. And the less reactive metal is precipitated out, and the more reactive metal converts into ions and stay into the salt solution. Okay, so this is the reaction. Okay, we will do a few questions and we'll understand these a little bit better. Why is sodium kept immersed in kerosene oil? Can somebody
because
answer?
it is highly reactive in air.
Yes, it's highly reactive. Okay. Radhika, can you please go on mute, beta? Okay. Which write the equations for the reaction of iron with steam. What is this equation? Iron with steam.
So Fe plus H2O, Fe2O3.
Fe plus H2O. Okay. We can say gas, solid. What will it result in?
Fe2O3.
Yes, it will result in Fe2O3 plus
hydrogen.
Okay, so this is a special reaction. Why? Why is this a special reaction? What is different happening here? There's a reason they asked only this. In the exam, we have to give a balanced answer. Okay, so the reason is it creates a metal oxide, not a hydroxide. That's why it's a special reaction. Okay. Now the second, calcium and potassium with water. Okay, so calcium with water, you have to say, and potassium with water. Yeah, tell me, what will this be?
CaOH. CaOH.
CaOH
twice.
Whole twice. Yes. And
Hydrogen. KOH.
KOH,
KOH plus
KOH.
hydrogen plus
right?
H2.
So now we have to balance this. We know oxygen we can balance first, and we will be left with this. So this gets balanced, and so we should have two of this. No, there's no need to do that. It's already balanced. No, we have to. We have to do that. Two of this and two of this and two of this, right? Now it is balanced. Okay. Radhika, 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 can you please mute yourself? I have muted her. Samples of 4 metals A, B, C, D were taken and added in the following solution one by one. The results obtained have been tabulated. So this is a typical question, right? This kind of questions even come in the board exam. Okay. So now we have to find the most reactive metal. How will we do this? Which is the most reactive metal? Which no one can displace, right?
Sir, B.
So see, this also gets displaced by something.
Yeah.
This also gets displaced by something. This doesn't get displaced by
या
anything.
फिर
This...
D होगा.
So ये जो है जिंक सल्फेट, राइट, में से जिंक डिस्प्लेस नहीं हो रहा है. Okay. Sorry, we have to find the metal for now. Sorry, I was
सर
doing
D
the
हो
opposite.
जाएगा.
ठीक है, तो जो D है वो मैंने डाला, राइट, तो वो किसी को भी डिस्प्लेस नहीं कर रहा है. C डाला तो वो सिल्वर को केवल डिस्प्लेस करता है. जो B है वो आयरन को भी डिस्प्लेस करता है. ठीक है, A आयरन के साथ कोई रिएक्शन दिया हुआ नहीं है, तो हमें पता नहीं है कि डिस्प्लेस करता है या नहीं करता है, राइट? बट वी नो, वी ऑलरेडी नो द रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज, राइट? सो रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज में वी नो सबसे ऊपर क्या आता है? जिंक आता है, फिर आता है आयरन, फिर आता है कॉपर, और फिर आता है सिल्वर.
सिल्वर,
राइट? तो इसमें से जिंक को कौन डिस्प्लेस कर रहा है? कोई नहीं कर रहा, वो तो हमारे पास है ही नहीं ऑप्शन. आयरन को कौन डिस्प्लेस कर रहा है? बी कर रहा है. तो बी इज द मोस्ट रिएक्टिव, क्योंकि वो आयरन को डिस्प्लेस कर सकता है, क्योंकि वी डोंट हैव एनीथिंग दैट डिस्प्लेसेस जिंक. Understood? Now let's look at what would you observe if B is added to a solution of copper sulfate. So B है वो आयरन को डिस्प्लेस करता है, तो कॉपर को तो डिस्प्लेस करेगा ही, राइट? तो यहाँ डिस्प्लेसमेंट होगा. फेयर इनफ? और अगर आपको आंसर कंप्लीट करना है, यू विल से कॉपर विल बी डिस्प्लेस्ड एंड डिपॉजिटेड as red metal. Okay, you can also say that if you want. That would be a complete answer, but the minimum required answer is displacement will happen. Arrange the metals A, B, C, D in the order of decreasing reactivity. So सबसे ज्यादा reactive हम पता कर चुके हैं B है, So let's write that. Now which is the next reactive? जो आयरन को कर दिया वो B है, जो आयरन के बाद क्या चीज है? कॉपर. कॉपर को कौन डिस्प्लेस कर रहा है? B तो कर ही रहा है, उसके अलावा A कर रहा है, तो A comes next, right? Now उसके बाद हमें देखना है कि ये C किसको डिस्प्लेस कर
C
रहा है?
आएगा,
सिर्फ C आएगा और फिर D आएगा. D is the least reactive. Okay, this is how you would do this. So this is a typical question, right? This is basic analytical chemistry. These kind of questions do come. Identify the metal kind of. Okay.
yes.
Which gas is produced when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to a reactive metal? Write chemical equation when iron reacts with dilute H2SO. So which gas is produced when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to a reactive metal?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, right? So we just wrote that equation, right? So we can write it. Right? Write the chemical equation when iron reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. So what will it form?
Fe
plus H2SO4
PSO4 plus
FeS2 plus H2 release hydrogen.
Right? So this is balanced. So this is all that is there. Okay. What would you observe when zinc is added to a solution of iron 2 sulfate? Okay. Write the chemical reaction that takes place. So this question has two parts, right? Observations and equation. So the thing is that in the observation, right, they usually need two type of answers, right? One is physical observation.
color change also.
Yeah, physical observation is like precipitation, evolution, okay, effervescence. What else can be there? Precipitation, I have said. Color change.
Changing of temperature.
Temperature change, if it is important, right? See, most of the chemical reactions have some sort of temperature change, right? But until unless it's specifically important, you would not be mentioning the change, right? So these kind of observations also you have to specify. Okay, so what would you observe when zinc is added in a solution of iron 2 sulfate? So what will happen in this? Let's first chemically understand and then we will translate it into observations. So chemically क्या होगा? Displacement होगा. Why? Because zinc is more reactive than iron. तो क्या होगा कि एक सॉल्यूशन है जो FeSO4 का है. Now FeSO4 का कलर क्या होता है? What is green? हाँ, green या dirty green, right? Any answer is okay. So because it's not a very nice green, right? So some people call it dirty green. So it's a green color solution. What is the color of ZnSO4?
Sir, colorless.
Colorless. Very good. Okay. So the observation is that slowly the green solution will lose its color and become colorless. Okay, the deposition will not be a very observable quantity, observable phenomenon. Okay, because iron and zinc won't look far too different in the solution as granules. Okay, but if it was copper kind of deposition is a very observable phenomenon because it's a red color metal. So you will start seeing, oh, there was nothing red there. It has started to come. Iron and zinc both are gray metals. You will not see a big difference happening. Okay. So this is the observation, right? The chemical reaction that takes place, that's a straightforward thing, right? Should we move forward? Now, the final part of this chapter is to understand this based on electronic configuration. All of you know how to write electronic configurations, right? That everybody is comfortable with. That, right? Is my assumption correct?
Yes, sir.
No, that you did last year, so you should be comfortable. So what is this thing about, right? How can we understand it based on electronic configuration? That is based on a fundamental property that the atoms exhibit, that they try to achieve a octet. Octet means 8 in the outer shell. 8 electrons in the outer shell. The word that you need to remember here is octet, okay, which is 8. Okay, so now there are some exceptions to this rule, important exceptions, which are the early very light elements, okay, namely hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, etc., right? So what actually happens with these very light elements is they try to achieve the helium kind of structure, and helium is just 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so except for these kind of a few very light elements, okay, most of them will try to achieve an octet. So that is one exception you have to remember. So this statement sometimes will also be written as atoms try to achieve the electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas to become stable. Okay, so they try to achieve octet or they try to achieve the nearest noble gas. Dono tarah se true, false, etc. can come. In case of metals, there are 1 to 3 electrons in their valence shells, and it is more energy efficient for them to lose those electrons rather than to get more electrons. Okay, so इसलिए metals कभी भी electrons लेते नहीं है. हमेशा अगर ion बनेंगे तो देकर बनेंगे और cations ही बनेंगे metals, right? फिर on the other hand, non-metals usually have more than 3 electrons. Okay, so अब उनके पास 2 options होते हैं. Okay, क्योंकि उनके पास 3 से ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं, उनके पास 2 ऑप्शंस होते हैं. वो ऑप्शंस क्या है कि अगर उनके पास 5 और मोर हैं, so they can gain electrons and become anions. The other option that the non-metals have is that they can share electrons rather than losing or gaining. That all the non-metals can do, but losing electrons is usually done by 5 or more electrons in the outermost shell. Okay. Now, based on this, let's discuss the formation of sodium chloride. Now, we will only focus on the outer shell, right? So, how many electrons are there in the outermost shell of sodium?
1.
There is only one atom, right? So let's say that I show this with a cross, or let's say I'll show it with a dot. Okay, and chlorine has 7, right?
Here also 1.
Chlorine has 7.
Yes.
Okay, so I will show it like this, 7. Okay, it's a general convention. You try to show them in pairs because in reality they exist in pairs. Okay, so you just show it like this. So one pair, second pair, third pair, and a lone electron. Now I have used a dot here and a cross here. See, this has no particular meaning. Okay, all the electrons are identical. There is no difference in electrons. Okay, but we do this just to illustrate, just to show कि ये अलग अलग है. Now what happens is this gives its electron to this, and the reaction will result in this losing its electron and gaining a positive charge, plus Cl will have this electron coming from here and all its existing electrons. Okay, so this will acquire a negative charge. Okay, now let's look at MgCl2. Okay, so Mg has only 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Now let's put the chlorine. Okay, now if it is chlorine, this will give its electron here, but still one more electron is left here. Now that is not a very good thing that the metals like. Okay, metals say that, you know what, either we will do this reaction completely or won't bother ourselves. Okay, so what will they do now? Just a second, I want to mark the attendance. Some problems.
सर इसमें क्लोरीन 2 है.
I know that. So just a second. Give me
आपने
1
एक
minute.
तो बनाया
हाँ.
था, दूसरे में भी
हाँ, मैंने एक ही बनाया है,
तो देगा.
जानबूझ के एक बनाया. ठीक है, तो अब क्या हुआ कि ये मैग्नीशियम ने अपना एक क्लोरीन को एटम एक इलेक्ट्रॉन दे दिया, तो अभी भी मैग्नीशियम के पास एक बचा है. तो ये एक पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है हमारे पास. अगर मैग्नीशियम इन्वॉल्व होगा तो देन इट हैज टू लूज बोथ टू ऑब्टेन इट्स ऑक्टेट. ओके, सो देयर इज वन मोर क्लोरीन नीडेड. Okay, so which will come from here. Okay, now it means magnesium has lost 2 electrons, so it gains a positive 2 charge, but this chlorine only got 1 electron, so it is 1 negative, and this chlorine also got 1 negative, right? So this is the way MgCl2 is formed. Okay, understood? You understood why I just took one first?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to just show that the reaction will not be complete till I get another chlorine. Okay, so we can do it for multiple, right? So let's do it for something different, right? Okay, before there is a little bit left, I'm just looking at time. Okay, we have only 10 minutes. So I think we will skip the examples for now. I'll just cover this part and then come to the examples. So properties of ionic compounds. Okay, so the how the molecules are formed, that we are not discussing in this chapter. Okay, but I'm sure you know how it happens. Okay, because I think in 9th it is covered to some extent, but we will skip it here. Physical nature क्या होता है इनका? ये solid होते हैं, hard होते हैं और brittle होते हैं. Ionic compounds, right? So ionic compound जो होते हैं वो solid होते हैं. तो अगर कोई आपसे ये पूछे कि भाई ये HCl गैस है, right? और इसका आपको reaction वो ये दिखाए, it can show you this reaction, right? Sorry. Can show you this reaction, right? So do you think it's a correct reaction? Can somebody tell me, is this the correct way of depicting this reaction?
Yes, sir.
नहीं, देखिए मैं आपको
No,
बताता
sir.
हूँ, ये
Sir,
शेयरिंग से बनता है,
इसमें
ये शेयरिंग से बनता है,
yes,
ये इसमें
sir.
हाइड्रोजन अपना आयन नहीं देता है इसको, ठीक है। और ये
सर अगर
आपको
दे देगा तो उसके पास तो बचेगा ही नहीं।
नहीं, वो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, नहीं बचेगा तो वो प्रोटॉन बन के खुश रहेगा, ठीक है। हाइड्रोजन कैन गिव इट्स इलेक्ट्रॉन, ओके। एक्चुअली जब हम इसको पानी में डिसॉल्व करेंगे तब वो दे भी देगा उसको, लेकिन जब तक वो गैस है, हमें ये याद रखना आयनिक गैसेस नहीं होती, ओके। आयनिक गैसेस केवल प्लाज्मा स्टेट में होती हैं। लिक्विड, हम तो क्या पढ़ते हैं, हम तो सॉलिड लिक्विड गैसेस ही पढ़ते हैं ना, वी डोंट स्टडी अदर बोस-आइंस्टीन कंडेंसेट या फिर जो प्लाज्मा है, वो तो हमारे स्कोप में है नहीं पढ़ने के, राइट। सो जो गैसियस फॉर्म है, जो सिंपल गैसियस फॉर्म है, उसमें आयंस नहीं होते, तो ये डेफिनेटली करेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं है, क्योंकि आयनिक कंपाउंड्स आर सॉलिड, ये याद रखिए, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। और वो सॉलिड होते हैं, वो हार्ड भी होते हैं, जैसे कि क्रिस्टल ऑफ सोडियम क्लोराइड, ओके। आपने देखा होगा रॉक सॉल्ट, आपके घर में भी होगा, हो सकता है। आप कितने लोगों ने रॉक सॉल्ट देखा है? वो टुकड़े होते हैं नमक के, काला नमक
जैसे
के
ब्लैक
टुकड़े,
सॉल्ट बोलते
हाँ,
हैं।
वो भी
Yes,
रॉक
sir,
सॉल्ट
देखा है।
होता है, ब्लैक
Yes,
रॉक सॉल्ट
sir.
होता है, व्हाइट रॉक सॉल्ट होता है, उसको सेंधा नमक बोलते हैं हम घर पे, राइट।
Yes, sir.
तो वो सब हार्ड होते हैं, राइट, और वो ब्रिटल भी होते हैं। इस पे अगर हमने एक हथौड़ा मारा पकड़कर तो ये टूट जाते हैं, ये फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं होते, राइट, चाहे कॉपर सल्फेट का क्रिस्टल हो। तो अगर क्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्म है, टूट जाता है, तो ज्यादातर वो क्या है, वो ये आयनिक कंपाउंड्स, ओके। कोवेलेंट कंपाउंड्स भी कई बार हार्ड और ब्रिटल होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि कभी नहीं होते, लेकिन यूजुअली नहीं। मेल्टिंग एंड बॉइलिंग पॉइंट इनका हाई होता है, राइट। इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ हीट टू मेल्ट, ओके, salt, and it takes a lot more heat to actually evaporate it. It doesn't actually evaporate, okay. And on the other hand, अगर आपके पास शुगर है घर में, and if anybody is interested in cooking, you would have found कि शुगर जो है वो मेल्ट हो जाती है गर्म करने पर, राइट। कैरेमल बन जाता है ना मेल्ट कर वो शुगर बहुत इजीली मेल्ट हो जाती है, जबकि देखने में नमक शुगर एक जैसे लगते हैं। इससे आपको क्या शक होता है कि अगर मैं आपको सॉल्ट बताऊं किस तरह का कंपाउंड है और शुगर किस तरह का कंपाउंड है, व्हाट विल यू सस्पेक्ट? सॉल्ट यू ऑलरेडी नो इज आयनिक, व्हाट विल यू सस्पेक्ट अबाउट शुगर? यू कैन नॉट बी श्योर, बट आपका सस्पिशन क्या होगा कि ये मॉलिक्यूलर कंपाउंड, क्योंकि ये काफी कम टेम्परेचर पे ही मेल्ट होने लगता है, राइट। आप इसको अपने तवे पे रखिए और गैस ऑन करिए, विद इन 1 मिनट इट विल स्टार्ट मेल्टिंग, ओके। सो बट आयनिक कंपाउंड्स है हाई मेल्टिंग पॉइंट। नमक को मेल्ट करने की कोशिश करिए, घर में नहीं कर पाएंगे, ठीक है। सॉल्युबिलिटी, दे आर सॉल्युबल इन वाटर and they are usually insoluble in the organic solvents, ठीक है। generally, this both the things are generally, right, not every ionic compound is soluble in water, right, like iron oxide will not dissolve in water, it is an ionic compound. So these are not true for everything, but usually, so the word we could use is usually they are soluble in water, if at all. If they don't dissolve in water, they will also not dissolve in organic solvents any which way, okay. Conductivity of electricity in solid state, ठीक है। So there is a crystal of NaCl, okay, and you connect it to a battery, it will not conduct electricity. But if you melt it, which will happen at a very high temperature, or you dissolve it in water, they will conduct electricity. ये आपने electric chemical effect of electric current में मेरे ख्याल से 8th standard में ही पढ़ लिया था, right? You remember this part, the last one? Anybody who remembers the last point? It was studied in the 8th standard as chemical effects of electric current. Okay, so they are good conductors only in molten and aqueous state, otherwise they are bad conductors. Okay, these. Okay, any doubts in this chapter? You want me to clarify any doubts in this chapter? कोई चीज समझ नहीं आई हो? Anything? I'm going back. You could ask me. Everybody understood how to solve this question, right? This is a very
Yes.
typical kind of question that can be asked in the board exam. Okay, board exam में इस तरह का टेबल बना के इस तरह के क्वेश्चन उनको बहुत पसंद है, वो पूछते हैं, right? These were very simple things. Okay, बाकी तो देखिए.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
हाँ.
सर हाइड्रोजन कोवलेंट बॉन्ड क्यों बनाता है सर? मतलब वो तो आयनिक बॉन्ड भी बना सकता है ना, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करके.
हाँ, तो हाइड्रोजन देखिए, हाइड्रोजन आयनिक बना सकता है, लेकिन मान लीजिए हाइड्रोजन है वो क्लोरीन से रिएक्ट कर रहा है, राइट? तो वो ऐसा कर सकता था कि वो इसको दे देता, बट वो इतना एनर्जी एफिशिएंट नहीं है जितना कि शेयरिंग है. अब ऐसा क्यों है ये बताना तो देखिए है बहुत मुश्किल. फाइनली केमिकल रिएक्शंस कौन सा संभव होता है, कौन सा नहीं संभव होता, ये केवल एक चीज पे डिपेंड करता है कि कौन सा ज्यादा स्टेबल रिजल्ट देगा. ठीक है, और ज्यादा स्टेबल कौन सी चीज होती है? जिसकी एनर्जी सबसे कम होती है, राइट? तो अब आप देखिए कि एक ये क्लिफ है. ओके, यहाँ पे एक बॉक्स रखा है और एक बॉक्स रखा है यहाँ ग्राउंड पे. कौन सा ज्यादा स्टेबल है? क्या ये बॉक्स इस स्थिति में बिना हमारे एफर्ट के आ सकता है, या ये इसकी स्थिति में बिना हमारे एफर्ट के जा सकता है? ये तो यहां जा ही नहीं सकता बिना एफर्ट के, राइट? तो ये स्टेबल है और ये रिलेटिवली अनस्टेबल है, यानी कि जिसकी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी कम है वो स्टेबल है, और ये किसकी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी कम होगी? हाँ, इसके ऊपर भी बहुत आगे चल के स्टडी होती है, ठीक है, बेस्ड ऑन सो मेनी अदर फैक्टर्स. बट जितना अभी हम जानते हैं, जितना हमने 10th तक पढ़ा है, राइट, वी कैन नॉट प्रिडिक्ट द एनर्जी. द रीजन व्हाई दिस विल नॉट फॉर्म दिस is simply that the energy of this thing is a lot higher than energy of this thing. Okay, this is more stable than this. Understood?
सर हमें समझ नहीं आया.
हाँ, देखिए बात ये है कि क्यों नहीं बनाता. वो इसलिए नहीं बनाता कि इसकी अगर वो इस फॉर्म में आएगा ना तो वो एक स्टेबल फॉर्म नहीं होगी उसके लिए, क्योंकि उससे ज्यादा स्टेबल फॉर्म ये है, मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्म. तो वो अपनी सबसे स्टेबल फॉर्म पे ही जाएगा. ओके, ये मतलब ये नेचर है कि जो सबसे स्टेबल फॉर्म है उसी पे जाएगा. जैसे कि MgCl चाहे तो वो ये कंपाउंड बना सकता था, राइट? वो ये नहीं बनाता क्योंकि ये लो इन एनर्जी नहीं है. वो तभी बनाएगा जब वो Mg2Cl और 2Cl2- होगा. वो सबसे स्टेबल स्टेट है, वो उसी स्टेट में आएगा, इस स्टेट पे रुकेगा